Appreciation panel. The Airport Authority is proud to partner with veteran-owned small businesses in the region to provide economic opportunities. Today's program will provide information about new opportunities and programs for veteran businesses, hear from several industry experts, and most importantly, explore how we can work together to boost San Diego's regional economy. As many of you know, the Airport Authority Small Business Development Team works hard to ensure that underrepresented businesses have every opportunity to do business with the airport. This includes not only veteran-owned businesses, but also local, small, historically underutilized, and emerging businesses. We know that navigating the competitive bidding process for large government bureaucracies can be daunting. So a focus of today's event will be how to navigate this process. So on behalf of the Airport Authority, thank you, not only for your service to our country, but for your willingness to be part of the service that the airport provides to the region. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Christine Pham to start today's program.
Hi, good morning, everyone. As you have noticed, everyone's cameras and microphones are muted. This is to avoid some distractions. We do encourage you to participate through the submission of your questions through the Q&A box. So please do so, and we'll try our best to get to your questions. And if we don't get to your questions, you are welcome to reach out directly to the panelists. So first off, we'd like to introduce to the spotlight from Arrive, Vera and Steve Howell. Vera and
Hello.
Steve, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for being here today. Can you tell us about Arrive and your roles?
Absolutely. There's two of us here from Arrive. We are a department called Community and Citizenship Outreach. So we run workshops. We go out into the we tell people about the incredible project here at the airport. It is the replacement of Terminal 1, and my job is to get out and run the workshops so that folks, they can have an idea of what's going on here at San 1, Terminal 1 replacement. Very wonderful to be here, and thank you, veterans, for all your service.
Hi, everyone. I'm Steve Howell from Voice Turner. And for this project, I'm the Community Outreach Manager.
Thanks, Steve and Vera. And so Steve, where can interested contractors go to check out what upcoming opportunities are currently available?
Yes, thank you, Christine. We've created a website specifically for this project. And there's a lot of information in this website, but one of the key pieces, I think, certainly of interest to everyone in this call, is our upcoming bid opportunities page on the website. And our website is on the slide here at the bottom left of your slide. It's www.arrivesdaa.com. That stands for San Diego Aviation Alliance, SDAA. So it's arrivesdaa.com. And there's that'll open with a variety of tabs that you can open and browse around. There's lots of interesting things in there, including a video rendering of the project. But specific to your question, Christine, the opportunities tab is the one that you would want to click on. And within that, there's a subcontracting tab. Within that is open doors. And finally, upcoming bid opportunities. And when you open upcoming bid opportunities, There's the most recent list. It's not a complete list because a complete list is for the size of this project is page after page after page of opportunities. But these, the ones that we have on the website that's updated on a regular basis, are the most recent, are the most, are coming up the soonest. And at the bottom of that list, there's a place if any of those bid opportunities sound interesting, there's a bid package number for each one. And at the bottom, you can write that, you can send us an email to bidinterest@arrivesdaa.com. It's automatic, and just tell us what bid package your company might be interested in pursuing more information on. So that's what I would suggest for that, to find what the upcoming bid opportunities are.
Excellent. So there you have it. Go to the website to take a look at all the upcoming opportunities at the website located on the bottom of the slide at arrivesdaa.com. And Vera, what are some of the certifications both the San Diego Airport and Arrive are looking for on the new Terminal 1 replacement project?
Thank you, Christine. I wanted to circle back to a comment that Craig from the airport made earlier in his opening statements for today's event. Craig mentioned that the airport is very interested in making an economic impact locally. And so the airport board of directors came up with this certification called LBE, Local Business Enterprise. And I'm so excited to announce or remind the veterans on this call that the LBE certification is on the airport website, and you actually, it's a big heads up for you to know that on this call, obviously, is Christine, and obviously Maria Quiros and Jose. All of them are there at the airport to guide you through the LBE certification. So whether you are going to bid on the Arrive project, which is Terminal 1 replacement, or whether you're going to bid on an airport project, do yourself a favor and maybe in the next few days, go to the SAN.org website, look for the LBE certification. And if you want to make it really easy, get in touch with Christine or Jose or Maria. They will help you with that LBE certification. Sometimes reading instructions is very daunting and you just decide, you know what? But if you decide, you know what, I'm going to call Christine or Jose or Maria, and they will break it down for you. And it's amazing. You could accomplish the LBE certification within a few days. That's very exciting. So here at Arrive, we're looking for folks that have that local business enterprise certification from the airport. The second certification is called SBE. So those of you out there that are small businesses, again, I'm so excited that DGS is here. DGS can help you with a small business enterprise certification. So right on this call, you could call, right after this call, you could work on your LBE certification and your small business certification. You're going to meet Wayne later on in the call, and you just, of course, could say, hey, Wayne, it was great to meet you this morning. I want to accomplish my small business enterprise certification today. And watch, you can hear Wayne say, oh, wow. But my goodness, he'll make it so easy for you. So basically the three certifications on Arrive are the LBE, the SBE, and the SDVOSB, the veteran certification. The veteran certification is by the Department of Veteran Affairs. I could go into the subject of pretty soon. It will be a different organization that will be giving out the SDVOSB certification. But for now, feel free to pursue the Department of Veteran Affairs. All of you obviously are veterans on the call, so I encourage you to go for the trifecta and try and apply for all three of those. Those are the Arrive certifications. Thanks, Christine.
Thank you so much, Vera. Yes, and again, everyone, for the local business enterprise certification, you simply can go to our small business development airport website page at san.org/small business. We have an LBE tab that gives you all the instructions, the forms, gives you all the step-by-steps and tutorial on how to get that certification. So we're here to help you obtain that if you want. And that gives you 2% preference for non-federal projects here at the airport should you be certified for a open solicitation. And even for the service disabled veteran small business certification or the veteran owned small business certification, SDVOSB and VSOB, if you are certified in any of those through the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, that would allow you to get additional preference for a project. So that'd be 2% for the veteran certification for airport projects. Steve, so do you have any tips on how businesses can get involved in the new Terminal 1 project? Do you have any type of outreach events or one-on-ones so that they can get to know the details and specs of how they can get involved?
Absolutely. There's three basic ways, and one of them you already alluded to. Stole my thunder. We have regularly scheduled outreach events, and they're on Zoom for right now. And we have those about every 2 months. Our next one, we coordinate that with the airport. And our next event is planned for January. We don't have a scheduled date yet, but that'll be on our website, and I know it'll be on the airport website as well. And second, I would say go to the website, and we have the main button on the home screen of the website says register, and I know that's critical importance to be registered at the airport website with Planet Bids. It's just as important to register on our website as well, and that gives us visibility that you're out there. We don't necessarily know you're there if you're a new company. If you're not, we know you pretty well. Like Drew, you'll hear from Drew in a little bit. We have a number of contracts with Drew and his group, a few $1 million worth. Do a great job. And this list of upcoming bid opportunities, that should be checked regularly, that I talked about earlier, because it's updated regularly, and newer and newer opportunities continue to arise. And last, again, also on the website, for smaller companies, we have a button next to upcoming bid opportunities called recent awards. And those recent awards are who are the primes for a variety of projects that have recently been awarded. And the purpose of that is to share with you what opportunities might exist with those primes as tier contractors. So if you're a smaller business and you see something that is of interest or is right down your alley for the type of work you do, contact those prime contractors and tell them that you saw them on the website. You saw that they have recent awards that came from Arrive, and they'll actually love to hear from you because they're under considerable pressure from us to involve small, local, and veteran-owned small business enterprises. So they'll be thrilled that you're called, actually, rather than feel like you're pestering them. They'll be glad to hear from you. I would say those are the top three things.
Great tips, Steve. And for those that are not aware, so the airport partners with Turner Construction twice a year to host a robust construction management course for businesses. Vera, can you tell everyone a little bit more about the course?
Absolutely, Christine. I would tell folks, Amerivet, gosh, you veterans on the call have heard the name of Amerivet quite a bit. I would like to say, first of all, it's wonderful, Drew, that you are here. Amerivet is an alumni of the Turner School. When they were starting out their business, they had heard about the Turner School, and Amerivet was able to attend the school. Turner Construction back in 1969 developed the Turner School. So it's been around for quite a long time, and it is run throughout the country. It is a 2-month program, and of course you can see my email in front of you. If you are interested in getting more details about the Turner School, I would really love to share with you specifics. We do run it twice a year, the spring and the fall session. Last week, we were very excited to graduate the fall session along in partnership with the Airport Authority, also with Union Bank. We have great sponsors, but besides the sponsors, folks like Amerivets can walk away and suddenly in their career pursuit and development, they find themselves better equipped to go to the airport, to go to Turner and say, you know, we feel more prepared. And there's several GCs here as well. Just attending the Turner School will increase capabilities, it will increase knowledge and so forth. And any of the GCs that are on the call, I would tell the veterans, if you have the time to invest in the Turner School, you can walk up to the SUNDTs and the Swinertons and the Turners and say, I'd like to bid on your work and feel more confident. So thank you to the Airport Authority for partnering with Turner on the Turner School. Steve Howell and myself will be running it starting in 2023, probably the month of March. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, both of you, Steve and Vera. I will now move over and have Kim Patton from Swinerton take the spotlight.
Thanks, Christine. Hi, everyone. Hope you're doing well today.
Thanks, Kim, for being here. Can you introduce yourself and your role with Swinerton and tell us a little bit about Swinerton?
Of course. So hi again. My name is Kim Patton. I am the Senior Outreach Manager with Swinerton Builders. Swinerton is a ground-up commercial construction company, and we are we've been around a long time. We've been in business since 1888. We have California license number 92, which is pretty cool. And we have a ton of different markets we serve, some of which are aviation, healthcare, education, and more. So that's a little bit about us.
Great. And what types of projects is Swinerton delivering in San Diego or at San Diego Airport or in the region that veteran businesses and others would be eager to know about?
So we're currently gearing up to start the Terminal 1 Parking Plaza project at the San Diego Airport. We are working under the Arrive team. That is going to be a 5-level, 2 million square foot parking structure and have, I think, 5,235 stalls. So it is a huge structure. And lots of opportunities. Unfortunately, the subcontracting bids closed this week, but I have Travis Wong's contact information up. He is our project manager for the job. And I would definitely suggest to reach out to him with any, just to see what opportunities might still be available. And if you have any questions about that project. And then in addition to that project, we have 4 upcoming projects with San Diego Unified School District, one of which is our Crown Point project. That's going to be bidding in 2 weeks. So definitely a good one for veteran businesses. We, will be having a strong push for DVBEs on that project. And then our Pacific Beach project is bidding early next year. So a lot of good upcoming opportunities with Swinerton. And then in general, we have a lot of work downtown with SDG&E is one of our clients and more. So definitely some good opportunities.
Great. And how does Swinerton champion inclusion, diversity, and promote the participation of service disabled and veteran small businesses in purchasing and contracting? And do you look for certain type of certifications for your projects? And if so, which ones?
So in general, we're always looking for small and diverse and et cetera businesses. We have a corporate commitment of 20% on all of our projects company-wide. So whether our clients are requesting that or not, and that will include small, local, veteran, minority, women, LGBTQ, and disabled. So the whole gamut, we are looking for those types of businesses. And then let's see, so 20% is our goal. Certain projects are going to have certain requirements. As Vera and Steve were mentioning, the Arrive team is specifically interested in small business, veteran, and local. So those are the certifications for the parking plaza that we're trying to achieve. And for this school district, they pretty much accept all the small and diverse business certifications. So a lot of different opportunity for sure.
And do you have any advice to businesses on how they can stay ahead of the curve that are interested in working for Swinerton and your projects?
So absolutely. I would say first and foremost, if you are a subcontractor, make sure that you're pre-qualified with Swinerton, and that your pre-qual is up to date if you have been pre-qualified in the past. It is a annual renewal, so sometimes people are previously pre-qualified and then it expires and they don't realize it. So make sure you're up to date in your pre-qual. For vendors and suppliers, I would say reach out to myself, and then so I can better understand what your capabilities are and how we can work together. And then lastly, that QR code on the screen right now, that will go to our community outreach page that has really good things like links to our pre-qual, links to our bid opportunities company-wide, and then upcoming events that Swinerton is participating in. So good information, contacts with Swinerton at all of our offices, including myself. And I would just make sure to bookmark that page if you're interested in working with Swinerton.
Great tip. So if you have your phone in front of you, folks, go ahead and scan that QR code and bookmark that on your phone, and you can take a look at that on your free time. That'll be very, very important. Jose, are there any questions for Kim?
No questions.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Kim.
Thanks, Christine.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Maria Quiros, and I'm one of the program managers with the Small Business Department. Next with us, we have Jackie and Brad from SUNDT.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning. And will you please introduce yourself and the role that you have at SUNDT?
Yeah, Jackie, do you want to start?
Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. So good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. I am so happy that Brad and I were together on this event. This is fantastic. And before I introduce myself, thank you to all of the veterans for your service. I am so honored. I attended the VIB conference for the past 2 days, and I'm still blown away for what an event. So anyway, my name is Jackie Gilfucci. I am the XBE and Diversity Manager, and Outreach Manager for SUN. I have been managing multiple small business programs. And now that I am part of the SUN team, I am just very blessed to exceed all of our goals to our projects. To tell you a little bit about SUN Construction, our company was founded on 1890 in Las Vegas, New Mexico. We currently have 4 operating divisions. We have transportation, concrete, building, and industrial. And of course, Brad and I, we are part of the building group. So, and now I will let Brad to introduce himself.
Thanks, Jackie. My name is Brad Kirsch, Aviation Project Director for SUNDT. I just had my 20-year anniversary with SUNDT, so been here for a little while now. Obviously, it's just a fraction of the time that we've been in business since we started in 1890. But one of the things that I am extremely excited about is this is my 13th year working with the San Diego Airport Authority. On my 4th project, we are currently building their new administration building. That's part of the larger terminal development program. So very excited about that. Our structure is up. We're starting exterior framing and MEPs on the interior right now. And in about a year, we will be moving the Airport Authority into their new home to allow for more room here at the airport for the commuter terminal to be demolished and for the Terminal 1 expansion to continue. So we're excited to be part of that. But I represent this as a project director. I represent all things aviation for the state of California.
Thank you both. Jackie, let's start with you. What type of projects is SUN delivering in San Diego and across the country that might be of interest to our veteran businesses attending today?
Maria, that's a great question. So right now in Southern California, we actually have 2 projects with the San Diego Unified School District. We also have a project with the Cypress College in North Orange. I have the Valley College Career Pathway. We have the George Valley Detention Facility that is about to start. And we also in Northern California, we have about 3 or 4 interesting projects. And all of them, of course, they have some summary of goals. And we accept all of the certifications. We do not limit our subcontractors to submit just one certification to us. All of your certifications add value to what we do in all of our projects. The more certifications you bring to us, the better we look and the better the owner will look.
And Maria, I'm gonna just add on to that a little bit. Jackie did a great job talking about current opportunities that are in our pre-construction department. I'll just expand a little bit. There's a project that we just began design on as well for San Diego State. And there are a few opportunities that I'm specifically focused on in the aviation market at LAX and Sacramento, and just continuing to look at opportunities throughout the state in regards to aviation. So if you have any interest in those, please reach out directly to me.
Great, a lot of opportunities out there, so keep your eyes and ears open. So Brad, do you have to be a signatory to a specific union to work with SUNDT?
That's also a great question. A lot of our projects are PLA related. So, here at the airport, there's a PLA on the San Diego Unified projects that we're building, and in pre-construction on there is a PLA. So with those projects, it obviously helps to be union. And there are parameters that if you're not union, you have to abide by to be able to do that work. But the answer is ultimately no. You do not have to be a union contractor to work with SUNDT. If there's a PLA, obviously there are union considerations, but several of our projects do not have PLAs. And then as a result, you do not have to be union to be able to work for us.
Thank you, Brad. Now let's move on. Jackie, what are the certifications? And I know you talked about this already that SUNDT is looking for on your projects, but I don't know if you want to touch on this, or we could just move on to the next question.
I can tell you very brief. I mean, we accept DBE, SBE, SB Micro, DVBE, WBE, MBE, the supplier diversity, the veteran certification. We're very diversified, so we are open to every certification because these add value. And most important, we share this information with our other business units. Sometimes we have someone in Texas that is looking for someone to be certified there that is certified in the state of California. So we share those vendors with them. So everything that we do add value. So with regard to certification, we get them all.
Yeah, and I'll just expand on that just real briefly. Some of our projects have specific goals, whether it's, here at the airport, we focus a lot on small business and veteran business, and we're trying to hit a specific goal for our project. But beyond that, we are looking for, like Jackie said, for all certifications, and we track those regardless of whether or not there's a goal on our particular project.
Definitely. So remember, it's to your advantage to obtain as many certifications as you can.
Absolutely.
Now, Jackie and Brad, what advice would you give a small and diverse firm that's looking to work with SUNDT?
Did you want me to? Okay, I will take that.
So
we do have a website where subcontractors, they can get pre-qualified. And this is just, of course, if you're a subcontractor, it's important to us that you have a California contractor's license. If you are a supplier, you can just register with us. So if you're a contractor, we highly recommend that you have all the important information with you when you are doing your pre-qualification. Like, for example, the copies of your certification, your EIN number, your financials, and we're very sensitive about, the financial component when you are getting pre-qualified. And one of the advice that I tell the small business community is that if you don't feel comfortable uploading your financials in our site, it's okay. What we can do is you can reach out to us and we can provide you with a link that goes straight to our pre-qualification department. So they're the only individuals that they will have access to view your financials, okay? So that is very important to us. We're very sensitive with that. Once you get certified, SUNDT uses I2 to actually submit all of the bid notifications, to send you any addendas or the drawings, and you can actually communicate with our our estimators via that website. So I highly recommend to do that. And a personal advice is that if you have any questions, always ask questions about a particular project. Just don't bid on the job because you assume that you can take that capability. Ask questions, reach out to the project managers if you are not clear in your specific scope of work. That is advice from a person that has been managing programs for probably over 20 plus years. Brad?
Yeah, and expand upon, and just, I know, real quick, Jackie, you were talking about the website. The website is actually listed on the bottom of the screen here.
Yes.
Both, obviously, you can learn about SUNT as a whole at SUNT.com, but there's a specific pre-qualification page there as well for that subcontractor portal. And the great thing is when you go and you register in there, it doesn't just, if you want to do work with SUNT outside of California, it gives you the opportunity to say where your regions are, where you can do work. SUNT does work primarily throughout the Southwest, but we just opened offices recently in North Carolina and in Florida as well. We have groups beyond just the building vertical group. We have a transportation group that does roadways, infrastructure, bridges. Our industrial group does wastewater treatment plants, electrical power plants. We're currently doing a few semiconductor plants as well, and factories. So, and we have a concrete group as well. So those are some of the different areas. It's the same pre-qualification site if you're interested in doing any of that work in any of our regions. Just to expand a little bit upon, the reason for asking for financials. The main idea is to put, subcontractors, whether small or diverse, into healthy situations for success. The idea is we want to help you do business, but at the same time, we want to make sure that you're successful. We're not putting you in a place where you're having a difficulty covering payroll or ordering materials in advance, whatever it may be. We do want you ultimately to be on the right projects that we could help guide you and make you successful. Beyond that, just another recommendation, like Jackie said, during the bid process, when you get an invite, take it seriously. If it's not the right project or not the right timing, let us know. But if we send you an invite, don't ignore it. Please be involved if you are interested. And that's the best way to engage with our estimators and build a relationship with them. So that would be my piece of advice, is that if the opportunity comes your way, jump on it, or explain when the opportunity would be right for you to participate.
Great, thank you. Those are great tips and advice. So Jackie said, make sure that you always make sure that everything's in order. I've had the one time there was a contractor that landed a contract with us, and because he was so busy doing everything else, let his license expire. It lapsed. So please make sure you stay on top of all your documentations. Jose, do we have any questions for Jackie or Brad?
Yes, we do have a question. The question is, what about suppliers to subs? For example, butterfly and ball valves to mechanical sub, or instruments to electrical subs?
Brad?
We don't buy those materials directly. We do buy them through our subcontractors. And when we put our packages together, looking at a specific project, we ask our subcontractors to have goals on the project. So, our mechanical subcontractors that may be purchasing that mechanical plumbing, they'll have a specific goal, and they'll be looking for vendors in the industry to help comply with that. But we do also have a vendor portal. There's a subcontractor portal listed. The same page also has a vendor portal that allows us to get information for your particular company, which we share with our subcontractors that are bidding the project. That allows for them to have access to, a myriad of different suppliers to be able to look to buy the product. Jackie, anything else you want to say there?
No, I think that you answered the whole question.
Thank you, Brad. No other
You're welcome.
questions, Maria.
Thank you, Jackie and Brad, for being with us this morning.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us, Maria.
So now I'd like to welcome Drew Simpson, for president of Amerivet, to the spotlight.
Hi.
Hi, good morning, Drew.
Morning.
Can you take a minute and introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, so I am Drew Simpson. I am the president and co-founder of Amerivet Contracting. I am a former Marine vet. I started Amerivet in 2017 after I'd been in the construction industry for about 5 years. The owner of the company that I worked for actually had approached me and talked about the DVB opportunities and asked if it was something I'd be interested in. And so him and I partnered up and we started Amerivet.
Thank you for sharing how you started your business. Great information for those that are trying to start their own business. So now, can you walk us through your journey on how you were able to secure a contract for the San Diego Airport New Terminal 1?
Yeah, so as Steve and Vera were talking about earlier, I went to the Turner Construction Management School in 2017 when we were getting started. And that was a big eye opener on how to get in and kind of meet some people and understand where to pick up contracts from. We were able to meet a lot of different folks from different companies, and we kind of started working with Turner on a few different projects. And as you know, Turner is one of the main GCs for the airport. And so just working with them on a few other projects around San Diego, we were kind of able to build a relationship. So when it came to that time, when they started looking for, DVB companies, small businesses to step in and help out with this project, we were on their list of companies to reach out to. And from there, we just kind of bid on the specific work that we did. And then it's just kind of grown as we've been out there.
So key word that Drew said is relationship, building those relationships. That's what sometimes helps. Moving forward, on the topic of certifications, what type of certifications do you have? And can you tell us your certification experience and how has this benefit your business?
Yeah, so we started out, we got the DVB certification through DGS. And with that, we also have our small business micro and small business for public works. We also have a minority business enterprise certification through CPUC. Also a disadvantaged business enterprise with Caltrans. So the DVBE one we did, I submitted that myself when I first started out. But the other ones, we actually were working with Cheryl Brown, who I believe is on this today, and she works with the SBDC. And she has been the biggest help for us trying to navigate the whole certification world. She is by far the most experienced person that we've been able to discuss all of this with, and we owe her a giant round of applause for her help. I believe I saw a question earlier, someone saying that they got their SDV OSB and it cost them some money and it took forever. All I can say is any veteran out there that is trying to get a certification of any kind, whether it's for DVBE or just minority owned business, small business, anything like that, I encourage you to reach out to Cheryl at the SBDC. Their work is free and she is by far the best person that you can talk to. And she can make sure that you're getting everything done that needs to be done. So that way you don't have to deal with the super long wait time, getting all the information going back and forth. She does a great job of making sure that everything is put together properly the first time around.
And most important, Cheryl's services is free, like Drew said. So remember, certification is a benefit to your company. So let's move on. We know everything is not easy. So what are some of the biggest challenges you have faced as a veteran-owned small business, and how did you overcome these challenges?
As you grow, you do find new challenges. I think starting off, our biggest challenge was just trying to find contracts, create the relationships, and get our name out there and kind of, just be someone that people know about, essentially. And I think going out to a lot of these meeting the primes, all of these events that are put together to help small businesses have been integral in us creating those relationships and meeting people that, you know, they're out there looking for the small businesses to use. So it's a great opportunity to find those contracts. And then as we grew, it was just kind of managing that growth and understanding what needs to be done and how we need to do it. And like I said, the SBDC was great in kind of helping us do that. Steve and Vera have also been alongside of us the whole time since we started in 2017, kind of giving us advice and, you know, letting us know which way we should go, how we should handle certain things. And they have been a huge help in us creating a successful business as well. The last one I would say is the workforce. It's a tough industry to keep qualified workforce around. So we had to do a lot of vetting when we're hiring guys and letting them know and understanding, you know, the work that we do, the kind of people that we're looking for. And it's not necessarily about their qualification of the work that they're performing, but also the person themselves. You know, we like to bring in people that are going to help the business grow and be part of the family that we're trying to grow here. So that's been very important for us to do that. And a lot of that's we found in the veteran community itself. We are, I think, over half of our staff right now is military veterans. So that's been very helpful for us.
Drew, very quickly, can you tell us what your business does? What you guys do?
Yeah. So we are a B general contractor, but we also have our specialty license in demolition. We do kind of like a bunch of different things. Mainly we are doing site services. So the temp fencing, we do the temp toilets, stormwater pollution control, demolition. Like I said, we do some trucking, street sweeping. We've kind of just picked up anything and everything that people need along the lines and kind of just wrapped it into everything we do. And that's kind of been our path of success, is just being a company that can handle anything that someone needs. So it's been interesting. We definitely don't shy away from any kind of challenge, and we're always open to taking on a new adventure.
Thank you. Drew, what do you look for when you pursue work and engaging with other business partners?
So when we're looking for new work, I think it's important to make sure that although you want to grow your business and get bigger and, you know, do more, it's very important to kind of understand where your limitations are. I feel like I've known some other small businesses that have wanted to grow too fast and take on some opportunities that's a little bit outside of what they can handle. And then it kind of comes back towards the end and they can't really deliver. So I think for us, it's managing the expectations of what we know we can do. And when it comes to looking at a prospective partner, we've been very lucky that there's been a lot of really great contractors out there that, you know, want to partner with us and work with us. So I think it's just being very open in your communication, letting whoever you're working with understand what your limitations are, where your capabilities are, so that way they know exactly what they're getting and they can understand. And not only that, but it helps them move you forward. There's been times where we go into contracts and we do work where it's like, hey, we're not, you know, super knowledgeable about this. We're willing to get in and we want to do it. But, you know, we have our reservations about it, and it's, you know, they'll come back like, oh, we're willing to work with you. You know, we'll help you out and we'll hold your hand along the way and stuff like that. And that's been very big in our growth, as well as finding larger contractors that are kind of willing to help us grow, as well as, you know, letting us partner with them.
Networking can definitely create new business opportunities. So always remember that. So moving on to our last question. If you had one piece of advice to a new veteran business starting out, what would it be?
I would definitely say to take every opportunity you can and use all the resources that all of these larger GCs, the SBDC, all the small business they all have so much information, so much knowledge that they can pass along and help you navigate, any kind of industry, any kind of problem that you come up with. And a lot of it that we've run into, doesn't cost anything. So it's been, a wealth of information that we can tap into whenever have a situation we're not sure about, we need some advice about something. Not only that, but the networking, you meet someone and they learn what you do. Maybe they can't help you right away, but they know somebody else that, oh yeah, they're looking for this small business to perform that on their project. It's the construction industry is very well connected throughout, everybody kind of knows everybody. So it's very important, I think, to get out there and go to all the job walks, meet as many people as you can, because even some of the big contractors, like they said on here, they don't order some of the materials themselves. That's put on their subcontractors. So just getting out and going to the job walks and the invites and stuff like that, you get to meet all the subcontractors that need to buy all this stuff. So if you can provide your help there, maybe you don't get the contract with the GC, but you get on 3 or 4 of their subcontractors, that stuff adds up and you get your name out there.
Thank you, Drew, and great advice for new veteran businesses. Jose, do we have any questions for Drew?
No questions for Drew.
Great. Thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So moving forward, we're going to go up next is Wayne Ross from the California Department of General Services of the Small and Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise Services to the spotlight. Welcome, Wayne.
Thank you very much. You got my stuff up there yet?
Yeah. Oh, next.
Next slide, please.
Give us a minute. I think Jose is going to start sharing right now.
Okay. Well, while he's doing that, my name is Wayne Gross. I am a business outreach liaison for the Department of General Services. I have been in this position for 14 years, so I kind of know what I'm doing. A lot of the people on this presentation I know quite well. And so, our paths cross all the time. And the state of California has 3 certifications: small business, public works, and the DVBE, Disabled Veteran Business Enterprise. As been told before, all of our services are free. Don't you dare pay anything. There's enough people out there who can help you get all this done.
You're right, Wayne. So definitely don't pay for any certifications or anything like that. Like you've heard in the past with this earlier, there's a lot of services out there for free, and you'll be hearing from Cheryl in a few minutes. So what type of events and workshops does OSDS offer?
Okay. If you go to our website, which is caleprocure.ca.gov, and on the bottom are 4 squares, and the bottom right one is business and training. And once you go to that page, scroll down to the events. We do workshops. We have a series of 3. The first one is how to do business with the state. The second one is I'm certified, now what? And the third one is government contracts. It gives you a great overview of how to get certified and then how to market yourself. And then we talk about the different types of contracts. And they're 99% of the time, they're free. It was mentioned that we were at the Veterans in Business, the VIB event this past Monday and Tuesday. And that one, you would have to there was an attendance fee because it was held at the DoubleTree. And so the VIB had to pay for a whole bunch of stuff for those 2 days. And we were very kind enough to be a sponsor for that event. So when you go to our calendar and you click on it and it says register, it will tell you if there is a fee that is that needs to be paid.
Wayne, give us a few minutes. We're trying to get your slide up. So
That's okay.
hold on. Let's not move on anymore. Hold on.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience.
Of course, it would be my slide that stops the show. Always causing trouble here. What can I say? There we go.
Great.
Yes. Again, I'm a business outreach liaison. There is my team's phone number. We got rid of all our phones, desk phones, because of COVID. And so we now have it. That's what that odd area code 279 is. That's Teams 946-8387. And the most important one is my email address, waynd.gross@dgs.ca.gov. And you see our website down there. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Wayne. Thank you so much. Oh, what happened?
I don't know. It's a beautiful slide. I wish I were there.
Okay, so let's wait for somebody to put up the presentation. Give us a minute. Sorry.
There we go.
Can you see that, Maria and Wayne?
Yes.
Thank you, Jose.
Okay. Next question, please.
Okay, so I think we are, what are your top 3 tips of advice for our audience?
Okay. I'm also a real estate agent, and I'm going to quote that. Market, market, market. Market on the first one. Watch what you're saying to whom you're talking to. What I mean by that, if you're talking to a state agency, okay, if they are not Caltrans, high-speed rail, or the California Public Utilities Commission, we don't care that you're woman-owned, minority, okay, because we don't honor those, okay? Caltrans, high-speed rail, and the CPUC have the disadvantaged business enterprise certification. So you can add that into your introduction. The second market item are your keywords and classification codes on your profiles. And I'm doing a little plug for myself because today at 1 o'clock, I am doing a 1-hour presentation on how to be effective in your profiles. And I do it every Thursday. Obviously, I won't do it next Thursday since it's Turkey Day. But if you send me an email, you have my email address. I will send you the Teams link, and you can be a part of that. I promise I can change your world. And last market is your capability statement. That's your, that's your piece of paper. That's your resume that you want to give to everyone you make contact with. My services are free. You'll be talking, Cheryl Brown from the SBDC is another resource that you can use. Here again, we are all free.
You hear that? Everything's free, so no need to pay. And these were great 3 tips that are really wonderful for small businesses. So keep that in mind. We don't have any questions for you, Wayne. And thank you again for being with us this morning. So next, we welcome Jackson Dalton with the Veteran in Business Network to the spotlight. Welcome, Jackson.
Thank you, Maria. Good morning. My name is Jackson Dalton, and I'm the president of Black Box Safety, Inc. And we are a member and an advocate for the Veteran in Business Network.
Thank you, Jackson. So can you tell me your role can you tell us about the VIB network?
Yeah, so my role within the VIB network started 5 years ago, and the VIB network is a nonprofit that advocates and connects veteran-owned or disabled veteran-owned businesses with government agencies and organizations that value supplier diversity. They connect businesses just like mine with organizations that are looking to work with a veteran-owned or disabled veteran-owned business. So they're a huge advocate for us. And then I became a member 5 years ago. And since then, I have volunteered a lot of my time to the Veterans in Business Network. And so one of the things that I do is I advocate for the VIB. I attend events like this, and I tell other veteran-owned businesses about all the value and benefits that I have gotten from my membership in the VIB network.
Great, thank you. And I think if you're looking for an association to join, I think you have found it.
Absolutely, I could not agree more.
How can someone join if they're interested, and is there a cost associated with membership?
That's a great question, Maria. So to join the VIB network or just to simply learn more about the VIB, visit vibnetwork.org. And on the left column of vibnetwork.org, you will see a link that says, why should you join? Or veterans join the network. And that will take you to an application page. It'll take approximately 10 minutes to fill out that application. Now, keep in mind that applications to the VIB network for the directory are restricted to businesses that are either veteran-owned or disabled veteran-owned. But that free membership, it's free to join the directory, only takes about 10 minutes. And that directory is used by organizations, including government agencies and large corporations such as T-Mobile, AT&T, Honda, all these big Fortune 500 companies. They use that directory to locate veteran and disabled veteran-owned small businesses. And I think that was your two main questions was, how do you join and how much does it cost? And the answer is it doesn't cost anything but about 10 minutes of your time.
There you go. It's another free opportunity out there. So 10 minutes of your time gets you onto the free directory.
Yep.
Great, thank you. What resources, training, programs, meetings, or events does the VIB network offer?
So the VIB network offers a lot of programming for veteran and disabled veteran-owned businesses. Most of the programming is at no charge, thanks to the great sponsors that I mentioned: T-Mobile, AT&T, Honda, Wayne Gross from Department of General Services, etc. They have allowed this programming to be offered to veterans and disabled veterans at no charge. Some of that programming includes the directory that I just mentioned. Another one is the Opportunities Board, which I believe I'm going to talk about in just a moment, so I won't go into that. But the Opportunity Board. There is a program called Veteran to Veteran Cohort, and that is a 6-month guided mentorship program for veteran and disabled veteran-owned small businesses. And that mentorship program is offered by by another vet. That's why it's called Vet to Vet or Veteran to Veteran, V2V. So if you're interested in that, I highly recommend that. I went through a similar mentorship program offered by another organization when I started my business 6 years ago, and that was instrumental in my business's growth. So I highly recommend that. And then another one is the annual conference. And unfortunately, if you missed it, we just finished the 2022 VIB Network annual conference, which was here in San Diego, and that wrapped up Tuesday night. And a lot of people were there. Maria was there. Wayne Gross was there. Jackie from SUNDT was there. So it was an awesome event. We go every year. So make sure you don't miss next year's VIB conference. Now, there is a small charge for that. That's the only service that the VIB charges for. And that's just, you have to, pay for registration to attend the event. But I highly recommend it. It's totally worth it. And the last thing that I'll say is that if you're interested in any of these services or programs, I highly recommend you sign up for the VIB Network newsletter. And you can get on that newsletter distribution list by visiting vibnetwork.org. And on the left column, it says news and webinars. Click on that at the bottom right. There's a newsletter sign up. So you just enter your email and your name, and you'll start getting these newsletters. And that way you won't miss the 2023 annual VIB conference.
And yes, you're right. It was a great conference. So if you missed it, make sure you don't miss it next year.
That's right.
So let's move on. The you mentioned this, the VIB network has an opportunity board for veteran businesses, advocates, and external stakeholders. Can you tell us more about the opportunity board for veteran businesses, buyers, estimators, and veteran advocates?
Absolutely. So the VIB Network Opportunity Board is going to be on their homepage, vibnetwork.org. On the left-hand side, select Opportunity Board. And there you're going to see opportunities that are posted for veteran and disabled veteran businesses. San Diego Unified School District has an opportunity posted. The deadline for that is December 15th. And they're looking for someone to install hydration stations so people can have access to drinking water. That's just one example of many that are up. There's something by Swinerton. I think we've got someone on the panel from Swinerton. There's a bunch. Harper Construction, PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric. They've got a post up, Rudolph and Sletton. So if you're looking for opportunities that are set aside for veterans or disabled veteran-owned firms, definitely check out the Opportunity Board. Alternatively, if you're a organization that is looking, that you've got a job coming up and you're looking for veteran or disabled veteran businesses, you can post those opportunities on that opportunity board. And to do that, I think you're going to want to email, go to the vibnetwork.org and hit contact and let the VIB know that you're an organization that's interested in advertising an opportunity on our opportunity board. So.
Great resource.
Yeah.
That's great. I like that. How can you leverage being in the VIB network to grow your business?
So that's a great question again, in so many ways. So I'll just share my personal experience. I started my company in 2017, very humble beginnings. I started with one order for gloves to one prison. And since 2017, over the last 6 years, we've grown dramatically. But, 6 years ago, it was just me. And I was going to attend a VA conference and I needed capability statements. So I Googled San Diego Disabled Veteran Printing Company, and Diego and Son Printing came up, which is a disabled veteran business enterprise. And Rebecca, who founded the VIB, is also a co-owner in the Diego and Sons Printing Company. That's her family's printing company. So I went there to get my capability statements printed, and I met Rebecca, and she told me about the VIB. And this was almost 6 years ago. I said, this sounds amazing. What can I do to get involved? And since then, my business has grown, and a lot of the customers that we have today we met either directly or indirectly through the VIB network. So VIB network is awesome for veteran entrepreneurs. And we just got involved. We started attending the annual conference. We volunteered to do things like what we're doing right now, which is advocating on behalf of the VIB. We subscribed to the newsletter. Anything that the VIB was doing, we wanted to be there and we wanted to be involved. And that has been huge for the growth of our business. And it's introduced us to many fine folks like yourself, the airport, Department of General Services, Wayne Gross. It's just been an awesome part of our business and our story. So I suggest if you want to get involved, definitely get registered in the directory and sign up for that newsletter. And start reading those newsletters, those emails that come in, and just read them and see what other people are doing, see what events. They're going to post other events that are not VIB sponsored events, but that are relevant to your business as a veteran entrepreneur. And I think you'll probably find, the same results that I did, that it's really good for your business and it's a great community to be a part of.
So this is a way of growing your business, and it's a community that helps each other. And so thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Can you share with us your experience as a 5-year member and an advocate to the VIB network? I think you touched a little bit about it, but I don't know if you want to add to it.
No, that's the last thing I'll say is just get involved. Get registered, sign up for the newsletter. If you have questions, the best person to reach out to is Rebecca Aguilar Gardner. She is the founder of the VIB, and she's amazing. She's here in San Diego, but she advocates for veteran businesses all across the country. Membership and participation in the VIB network is not restricted to the Southwest. We have advocates and members in Texas and New York and many of the states in our great nation. So get involved. We've got a conference coming up in the spring that's going to be out east. I believe it's in New Jersey. So you don't have to be in California to get involved in the VIB network. Get involved. Rebecca's email is rebecca@vibnetwork.org. She's a champion for veteran businesses. And make sure you visit the website vibnetwork.org.
And can you share with us when is your next annual and where it's going to be?
So the next annual is going to be in San Diego, November 13th and 14th. So we're just a year away from the next annual conference. That'll be here in San Diego. So make sure you don't miss out on that one. This year we sold out with 400 registrations. So there was a ton of people there. There was way more than 400 that attended because even after we sold out, there was still enough demand that we let people in the door. But make sure that you get signed up in advance. And the best way to do that is sign up for that newsletter. So as soon as registration opens, you can get your registration completed.
Great, Jackson. Thank you for sharing with us your experience of VIB network and the benefits that it can bring to a business. Jose, do we have any questions?
Hi, Maria. No questions.
Thank you, Jackson, for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Maria.
So next, I'd like to introduce to the spotlight Cheryl Brown. We've been hearing a lot about Cheryl Brown. So Cheryl Brown is from the San Diego and Imperial Valley Small Business Development Center. Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning, and it's so wonderful to be here. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you to our veteran community and their families for their sacrifice and service. It's truly truly appreciated, and again, it's great to be here.
Thank you, Cheryl. So tell us what and who is the San Diego and Imperial Valley SBDC network?
Yes, of course. So the San Diego and Imperial Valley SBDC network is composed of 9 service centers, about 150 advisors, in addition to other resource partners such as PTAC, SCORE, the WBC Women's Business Center, the SoCal VBOC Veterans Business Outreach Center. And we are truly a network to support all small businesses in San Diego and Imperial Valley counties. We provide no cost. That's right. Again, the magic word of the day is free. No cost support in almost every area a small business could possibly need to be successful. We do that with our on-demand trainings, our live trainings, our special events like our Meet the Buyers and Meet the Lenders events, as well as our one-on-one advising.
Thank you, Cheryl. How would someone get started receiving assistance from the SBDC?
Well, in the past couple of years, we've actually revamped our website so that it's super, super easy and super intuitive. All you have to do is when you go to our website, sdivsbdc.org. I know that's a lot of letters there. The minute you get to our website, you're going to see 3 options: live trainings, on-demand trainings, or request an appointment. Whatever you're looking at doing, I recommend that you start out with looking at our live events and our on-demand trainings, especially if you're looking at pursuing opportunities within the government sector, either as a prime or a sub, because we do have an on-demand series specifically for government contracting. That series, there's 10 modules. Each module is about an hour long, but that series is going to kind of take you through and to provide you with a foundation so that when you are ready to work with a one-on-one advisor, you're really able to hit the ground running. But if you want to get involved or you want to get additional support, you can request an advisor appointment. You'll fill out a very short form, and then within 24 hours, somebody will actually call you on the phone and get you scheduled for an intake appointment with an advisor. And so we've really streamlined our process, trying to make it as easy as possible to get the support that you need.
Thank you, Cheryl. And yes, it's very easy to go through the process, and they do return your call very quickly. So please, if you're a small business trying to get started, any questions you might have, anything that you might not be sure of, reach out to them. Do you have any success stories that you can share with us this morning, Cheryl, with us?
Gosh, we have quite a few. And I've been with the program since 2007. And my area of expertise is government contracting. So I support the small business community that are seeking to do business with the various agencies, whether it be federal, state, local, or multi-state. In that time, I've worked with about 3,000 small businesses, resulting in over $800 million in contracts awarded to those small businesses. And so I appreciate Amerivet and Drew. They are a success story. In fact, they are nominated this year for the annual SBA Awards Luncheon as the Small Business Person of the Year Award, which is not only a local award, but also a national award. Last year, they were awarded the Disabled Veteran Business of the Year Award. So Amerivet is truly, truly a success story. And there's a number of other success stories. Some of the, I saw some questions and comments with regards to the certifications and how difficult it is and how it's all this stuff. And yeah, I'm sorry to say it can be difficult, but that's why we're here. Just to give you an example, the WBE, the MBE, so the woman business, minority business, the LGBTQ, the persons with disability, and the DVBE certification through the California Public Utilities Commission. Typically, turnaround time is about 4 to 6 weeks, and that's if everything is good. Most recently, I've had 2 clients get their certification within 2 days. And so all of these little successes lead to the success like Amerivet. So we look at all of that. It's like, let's see what we need to do. You're looking at certifications. We become your first line of defense. And so we're trying to help minimize the frustration that you might have. So right now, like for example, the SDVOSB, I did see a question regarding the SDVOSB. Yeah, it's a tough one. Right now, there are no SDVOSB certifications being issued. Everything's kind of put on hold because there's a transition for the processing to go from the VA to the SBA. So right now we're not doing anything with the SDVOSB verification process, but come the first of the year, when we get notified, we'll be able to support you in those areas. So whether it be federal, state, local, or multi-state, you need assistance with those certifications, with developing a capability statement. We can even help you develop and respond to RFPs and proposals, and all of that is no cost to you. So obviously Amerivet's been a success story. We recently had a small business right in the middle of the pandemic approach us. They had started doing business. They wanted to do business too with the government agencies because of their business model, which was direct to consumer, was really taking a hit. They started working with us. Within 6 weeks of working with us, we were able to help them secure a contract with the state of California. Within that time, in the past 18 months, they've increased their sales from about $40,000 a year to almost $1 million a year, doing business with the various agencies, specifically with the state of California. So yeah, a tremendous amount of success. And that is really why we're here. We're here to help those success, because if that doesn't happen, then I lose my contract. And I really like what I do. So all the other stuff, like the certifications and things, that they get to the ultimate goal, which is ultimately for you guys to win a government contract or increase your sales, create jobs, whatever it is that impacts the economy and creates a better life for you and the families you employ.
So true. And I think what helps too with certifications, just going back to certifications, is that Cheryl helps you gather all your information. So when your application is submitted, it's complete. It's not like the certified agency has to go back and forth. It's like, hey, the package is complete and the process can move forward, and it's so much easier. So
absolutely, Maria. And you know, when I work with clients and I say, okay, here are the documents we're going to need to gather. The documents that I'm asking for actually are much more, there's a lot more in there than what the application does, because I've been working with these agencies for so long that I know they're going to ask for these documents. So we try to circumvent any kind of back and forth and creating letters of explanation in case there's something with the document that's just not, you know, perfect, if you will. So yeah, we try to eliminate that back and forth, and not only for the small business, but also for the analyst, so that it makes it easier for them to do their job.
absolutely, it sure does. So thank you. What are your top 3 tips that you could share with us this morning?
So I think that a number of our panelists have already mentioned some of the tips that I would suggest, but so I'm going to go a little bit off the reservation. Number 1, you're going to need money. I don't care how much you have in your bank account. I don't care how much you have tucked away in your mattress. If you're going to be pursuing opportunities with the government, either as a prime or a sub, you are going to need cash flow. And so I highly recommend that you start looking at those kind of funding options, but don't go it alone. We have a team of about 22 funding advisors. These are specialists in the industry that will assess what you need, help you put all the documents together, identify which lending institutions, whether it be traditional or non-traditional, are going to meet your needs, and then connect you directly. Be careful. Do not get trapped into the predatory lending practices. Don't fill out that form that says, oh, no credit check needed, we'll get you approved. Don't do that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of unethical practices that go on, especially with funding and lending. So get the help from a funding advisor that's going to be an advocate for you, which, like I said, with the SBDC program, we have for you. So number 1, you're going to need money, and don't ask for it when you have none. Number 2, sometimes the worst thing that can happen to a small business is you actually bid on a project and win. Be cognizant of your capabilities. Be cognizant of your infrastructure. Yes, I know would be great to win $1 million contract, but it's not just about doing the technical piece of the project. It's also about whether or not your company has the infrastructure in place to support that project. So start small. It's like, how do you eat the elephant one bite at a time? And then finally, government contracting can be the easiest thing you do. And don't laugh when I say that. Trust me. I've been doing this with this program since 2007, but I got involved with government contracting in 2003 as a hobby. Yeah, I don't really know who does that. It's kind of weird. But here's the thing. It can be the easiest thing you do. If you can just remember this one little tip. Follow the instructions. Do what they tell you to do, how they tell you to do it, when they tell you to do it, even if it doesn't make sense. And I'll tell you right now, it probably won't. But if they want you to sign that document with purple ink, then sign it with purple ink. Don't ask questions, just do it. And so those are the three things, in addition to what the other panelists have brought forth as well.
Thank you, Cheryl. Great information. And, if you're a small business, please reach out to Cheryl and her team. They will support you and give you advice where you need it.
And now, Maria, I'd like to also add, here's a little sidetrack is not only am I an advisor as a procurement specialist, but I also own a family small business. So, my approach isn't in the theoretical academic sense. It's okay, here's the reality. This is what it takes. And it's from the horse's mouth. And I often have to tell the clients that I work with, okay, do as I say, not as I do, because I'm in the mess as well. And yet my books aren't up to date. And so I get it. And that's a lot of the approach. Most of our advisors have that approach. Is they've been there, they've done that. So it's not just a smoke and mirrors type guidance.
So true, so true. Thank you. Jose, do we have any questions for Cheryl?
No questions for Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl, for being with us and sharing all that great information.
My pleasure. Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
So now, next, we would like to welcome Taylor Trinidad and Maria Craig to the spotlight.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, both. How are you guys?
Good. We're going to share a camera because I think Maria's laptop started having technical difficulties. So we'll both be on the same screen together.
Okay, you guys look great. Thank you. Maria, let's start with you. Can you tell us about the Authorities Veterans Fellowship Program that we have?
Sure. Just to give you kind of a little bit of history, the program actually started in 2014. And it was basically, it was notated or noticed that, San Diego had a very large vet population, and we really wanted to build our works for our streams as far as finding new employment. And it was really sort of a good way to tap into the community because at the time, and it's probably still similar, San Diego was had a very large vet retirement or vet community. So, and we found that we have found a lot of great candidates and people who have gone through the program. We've even hired a few of our vet fellows. So, yeah.
Great. Thank you for that information, Maria.
Sure.
Taylor, what is the length of the time for each fellowship and what are some of the qualifications, for example?
Yeah, so each fellowship is a 1-year limited duration term. So it's 1 year from whatever date it is that you actually start your fellowship. And as far as for some qualification examples, so in order to be eligible for the program, you need to have had at least 3 years of active duty service. And then to also be able to present
a copy of your DD 214 stating an honorable discharge within the last year. That 1 year requirement for your DD 214 could be waived if you were enrolled in a full-time school program from the time in which you left the military. So that could be waived if you were a full-time student right out of the military.
Great, thank you, Taylor. Maria, what type of invaluable growth opportunities does the program provide?
You know, it really gives our vets the opportunity to be in a hands-on work situation, really getting that one-on-one experience, really working in a community or a work environment that maybe they're not used to. So really kind of segueing them into the work population. Some of our vets, you know, sometimes they need assistance with resume writing and things like that. So we actually do partner with Easter Seals, and they do an individual plan with each vet and kind of find out, you know, what is it that they want to get out of the program really when they are done with the program. Do they want to stay in the aviation industry? Do they want to go into a different, you know, environment altogether? So it's really kind of tapping into what their long-term goals are. I think being able to you know, interact with the teams, upper management, and then just, you know, our team in general really gives them sort of the skills, you know, the soft skills that really they can take to any environment. So it's really kind of getting them assimilated into sort of a work culture and really, you know, tapping into what skills they have. So it really is a great thing that, you know, they'll take with them wherever they go. So, yeah.
So that program kind of helps them find their path.
Yep.
Great. Taylor, what type of fellowship positions have they been available? And tell us about any current openings that we have now.
Yeah, definitely. So we've had, over the years, we've had several different departments participate in the Veteran Fellowship Program and host veteran fellows over the years. Some that come to mind would be, for example, finance. We had one for a financial analyst, and actually at the end of their Veteran Fellowship Program, that person was hired on full time. We also have had opportunities in our business applications team, so in information and technology. Once again, that person was here for their Veteran Fellowship term and was actually hired on full time as well. We've also had opportunities over in our airport noise and mitigation department. And then currently we have fellows in finance. I'm trying to think of what are the other departments, access control. So our access control office. And then also we currently have an opening in our airside and terminal operations, which is on our careers page.
Great. So there is opportunities out there right now. So if you're looking for something new, make sure you go to our our career web page. Maria, where can veterans find the fellowship opportunities and learn more about the programs?
Well, you know, they definitely can go to our website, and then I think it's listed, or it's the SUNDT.org/careers. And they'll be able to see any open positions. But if they want to just kind of get more information, you know, they can definitely feel free to reach out to Taylor or myself, and our contact information is there. If they want more information, we'd be happy to give, you know, anyone some more information. So.
Right. I don't see the career website, so we could probably post it on the chat or the Q&A. But if not, like Maria said, please reach out to Taylor or Maria. We do have their information on the slide. Thank you both. Let's check with Jose to see if we have any questions.
The only question, and I think Taylor or Maria, you might have already touched on it, is this for businesses or individuals? And I believe you said individuals, correct?
Correct. Yeah, it's an individual employment. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That was the only question, Maria.
Thank you, Taylor and Maria, for being with us this morning.
Welcome, thank you.
So now we've come to the end and we want to open it up for anybody that has any other questions that we could answer. So, or feel free to put in questions. We'll spend a little bit of time answering them. The questions could be to anybody of any of our panelists that were with us this morning. Jose, do you see any coming in?
I'm taking a look at the chat right now. It doesn't look like we have any right now.
Okay. Well, let's go to our next slide then. And I'll turn it over to Craig.
All right, thank you very much. I'd like to have all of our panelists, speakers, everybody who's participated today to turn on their cameras. And come to the spotlight to conclude our program. The San Diego County Regional Airport Authority's Small Business Development Team would like to thank all attendees for being here at our Veterans Appreciation Panel. Our team would like to sincerely thank all our panelists, Brad, Cheryl, Drew, Jackie, Jackson, Kim, Maria, Reggie, Steve, Taylor, Vera, and Wayne for making this panel possible and taking time out of your busy schedule to share valuable information for our veterans today. Attendees, we kindly ask you to complete our brief survey once you've logged out of Zoom. We value your feedback. And again, thank you for attending and feel free to reach out to any of the people who've spoken today. So thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.